Wonderful. So why are we here? I think we have come here today specifically to give thanks to God. All of us, in our different capacities. Some of us are builders, some of us are investors, some of us are supporting family members, some of us are residents here, some of us are parents. So we have come to give thanks to God for this great work that He has enabled us to do. For me as an individual, it's very humbling to see a team as big as this. I was telling some friends of mine here, when we're in the office working, all we see are the problems. Leo mchanga imechelewa, sijui fundi fulani hajafanya hivi, kuna time imevunjika, we have gone 5,000 shillings over budget. You know, there's the problems after problems after problems. But it's a day like this that we're able to see the beautiful side of what we're doing. So we are happy. And this ceremony, as we give thanks to God, it will also close the construction phase of this project. And then we get into the next phase. And the next phase is the letting phase, where we start now taking care of our residents. And that is the big work. Because I think for most of you, except maybe one or two, most of you have bought this specifically as an investment. So kila mtu anangojea kitu inaitwa rent. Anangojea kitu inaitwa rent. So that is the big work. And we have started, and we thank God that so far we have about 50 tenants. So we are really happy about that. That's about halfway. So I think we are happy with that. So before I go any further, I would like to introduce the team, the in-house team that makes this happen. So we'd like to introduce the in-house team that makes this happen. So all Samurites, please come. All Samurites, please come. So this is the team. We try to do it right. We are learning. And every day we make a few mistakes, but we keep moving and we keep learning. So we have come up with something called a relay. You know, because when you look at athletics, if you look at the relay team, it runs very fast. Why? Because I do my bit, and then I hand over the baton to the next person, isn't it? So the relay always starts with Modime and Mercy. Modime and Mercy do the research. Sasa hawa ndio wanaenda, they research the different locations, they research what investors want, they research what tenants want, and that is where it starts. And once Modime and Mercy are done, we come to communication. We have Sam, with this tall man here, we have Kevin, and we have Dennis. And these are the people who have done all these beautiful graphics. Any Facebook page, any post you receive, anything you receive on WhatsApp, everything we say, so they're the mouthpiece of the company. And they're also doing a phenomenal job. Ikitoka communication, inaenda sales. Now, you might wonder, how do we raise money? We don't borrow. All the bankers, nani wengi. Tunaogopa sana hawa jamaa. So we fear loans, and I think it is good for you that we sort of keep away from loans. So it is on the shoulders of these four people here. So we have Martha. Martha, yuko sawa kabisa. 21 years old, but we can't move her. Huyu ni Simba. Then we have Harriet. Harriet tangu TSAVO ikianza, from the very beginning she has been there. Sasa huyu amekuwa one of the founders from the very beginning. Yeah. And we have Gerald. Gerald joined us this year. Gerald was in insurance for many years. Mtu kama anaweza kuishi insurance na make a living from selling insurance, that person is tough. So Gerald is there. And of course we have Emily, yeah, who was a banker. We
we had a book from in our house called From Hoka to Banka. I don't know if any of you have seen that book by some guy in Kenya. So
the guys in Stanley. Remember the guys who used to do TSAVO, the cells? That young man, his one wrote that book.
From Hoka to Banka. Now Ashi moved from Banka to Hoka. So one sales has done her job, their job. We have McKenna coming in. McKenna is our lawyer. Now we used to have a lot of processes. Tunakuja kwetu, tunaanza kuuza, and then we tell you enda kwa wakili fulani. It became very problematic. People didn't like that process. So we brought in our in-house lawyer. She takes care of us. So her, she's the one who will be handling all documentation and what have you, making sure she explains everything. The difficult thing has been turning her from a lawyer's mind to a customer service mind. Very different. Sasa lakini naona anaanza kushika moto. Asante sana. Tukimalizana na legal, sasa ni saa kwanza kulipa. So we have Jackie and we have Irene. Sasa zile statement zote wao mnaona zinatoka kwa hawa. But it's important because then they are the ones who finance the project. I don't know if you can see the relay and how. So we don't have a structure. We don't have a company structure that goes from the boss, senior manager, assistant manager. We don't have that. We just have a round thing. And I do my bit, I give you, you do your bit. Sasa hawa ndio watu wa pesa. Wanahakikisha we receive it and they fund the project. Yeah, and I can see some suppliers are here and I think they usually get paid in time. And then from finance, we go to Mr. Musyoki. Musyoki is in charge of our procurement. So everything that we buy, every cent we spend goes through the hands of this man. And he's a very special man to me. I've known him since 2005, Mushoni. And we've been working together since early 2006. So I'm very happy. Naona familia yake iko hapa. So I'm very proud of this man. Then once Musyoki has brought in the materials, now comes to these three Kalenjin men. For some reason, hatuna ukabila, we don't have gender issues in our office, we don't have I don't know, tribal issues, but the architects just become Kalenjins. I don't know why. Now, hajaletana kila mmoja amekuja kivyake. So we have Bore, you can see the height, We have Ted. Ted is the newest member of the group, and we have Tom. Sawa? So these are the men who build. Once pesa project imeundwa, imepatikana, jamaa anapewa pesa, ambaye sasa wewe fanya nini? Jenga. Na huyu na huyu mwanaume wale ambao wameenda Sindikwa, hiyo iko kwa Tom. Na Rosambu pia iko kwa Tom. Sababu studios itakuja kwa huyu mwanaume. Yeah, so these are the ones. And then after it is done, when it now looks beautiful like this, sasa ndio hao video wanakuja sasa. Huyu ni Grace na huyu ni Joseph. These are the ones in charge of our tenants. The ones in charge of our residents. So they make sure that the house is filled with residents and they are well taken care of. They have had a lot of experience. They used to manage the place I live. So if you can manage me as a tenant, you must have something special because I'm a troublesome tenant. So sasa tukaput wao ndio kuja wakaangalia kazi hapa. So asanteni sana. And there's Joseph. Who's the other Joseph? Oh, you go There's another Joseph. There's this Joseph, then there's another Joseph now who takes care of this place. Yes. Joseph, njoo baba. Sasa kwa wale ambao mko na tenants, huyu ndio mwanaume. This guy, he looks small but he has the energy of 15 men. Yeah? Huyu yuko sawa. He's a very, very intelligent guy and he loves this place. So I knew him, I think, end of last year. But he just come and he has got into TSAVO. Yuko ndani. So Joseph, asante sana. So thank you guys. Asante sana.
which is this one, is our second project to complete. Last year, mid-April, I believe, we opened our first one in Longai, and this is our second one. And then we have our third one is on Kiambu Road in Tindigwa, and that one is ongoing. It is going on very well. And then we have two new ones. One is right next year. When you see in your brochure, TSAVO Studios, it's just 40 meters from where we are, and the other one is in TSAVO. And in all this, we thank God. We thank God because He has given us capacity to choose the right places. He has given us the right investors. He has given us the right team to work with. He has given us good suppliers. We have built, I think we have built this thing based on human relations more than anything else, and we are really grateful about that. And I think today is one example of how a project like this can be. Now, I would like to introduce a team of very special people. A man and wife, Helen and Morris Guya. If you can please come. So, Helen and Morris Guya will give you their own story, but I will say the bit that I know. One time we went to Kenya Bureau of Standards to do a presentation. That time we were not even building anything yet. And we did a presentation at KEPS, and somehow we mwanambe akatuona. I think she also knew one of us in the team. Akatuambia niko na plot Makasi, mkuje muone. Then we came here. Now we were a bit surprised. Sasa hapa tunajenga kitu gani hapa? This, for those of you who came here before the rooms were tarmacked, it was terrible, eh? Mr. Kabetu is somewhere here. I think he'll also give a story. The first time he came here, nilimwonea huruma sana. He came with a brand new car. Na ikaingia kwenye matope nikashangaa. Yeah. So Morris and Helen lived here. Their house was here. Hii nyumba hii. Sasa ile nyumba ilikuwa hapa tumesimama tu hapa ni nyumba ilikuwa. Na sisi tuko somewhere here. So tukaongea nao wakakubali tubomoe nyumba. Imagine they have built their retirement home. They have raised their children here. They'll give you the details. Beautiful house. Tukabomoa. Kuna ile picha nyingine vile imebomolewa. Right there next. Anyway, picha itakuja. So we moved that beautiful house into this. Now I'm trying to imagine how they were feeling, especially Madam here. Naye atasema vile alikuwa anajisikia. And you have trusted these people, you don't know them, hatuna ndugu. But over the last, I think almost 2 years of just relating, we have become very good friends. They have proved to be wonderful people, wonderful partners, and they have become our friends and mentors. Wameishi pamoja miaka mingi, wana watoto wao wawili wakubwa, so we also have a lot to learn from them. So as we give them to tell their story, we also, I'll invite them to tell their story, to share with us the word of God because they're believers, to sort out the spiritual angle of this meeting, and then we'll carry on from there. So thank you. Tuwapigie makofi.
Let me start by saying my name is Helen Ayeha Buya. I am happy today because this is a dream come true. When we came to know about this, I'll give you a bit of history because ladies are usually good in years and whatever. And storytelling, somebody's telling me storytelling. We bought this plot in 2002 from NSSF. And we got to start some construction in 2004. We moved here in December of 2006. So basically we lived here for 10 years before that building was brought down. But when we moved here, it was not an admirable place. But at some point, because as Charo mentioned earlier, as Charo mentioned earlier, this place was terrible. Until we were wondering whether we have made the right investment place or something. So whenever it rains, we have to look for somewhere to take the car to go and park. Because otherwise then in the morning you'll not go to work. We have 2 little children going to school, both of them were going to primary school. So it was then at the back of my mind, something used to remind me, hata ukikwama kwa matope, unaenda kwako, you're not paying rent. So we started off by building the structure of where we finished the ground floor, and we moved in. And that is how we survived. And the story of living there, it was real survival. Taking a bath was a scenario. You stand in a basin, and because that water is coming from your body, there's no drainage. Because where there's no sewer, we've not connected many things. But somehow he was in a rush to move here. And I was like, why are you moving in a complete house? So he told me one day, choose. You want to live in Buruburu, you'll pay rent. You come with me, you will not pay rent. So I had to join him. He even moved at some point. He moved when I'm not there. I was still in the office. I think he had taken leave. He moved, including rubbish, because the house help was packing and he comes to pick. So he even packed carried the rubbish that was outside, thinking it is part of the goods we are moving here. That is how we came and survived around here. The children were not happy, but of course you encourage them and tell them, at the end of the day, it is our home. That Buruburu house was not ours. So this one is our home. They learned to survive, and we went on. After we had settled, we have come up with a beautiful house. Everyone has their own bedroom, the children. Each one of them has their own bedroom, and I was given notice, Mom, when you come to my room, you knock first. And here we are telling them, we want to move out. And the question was, if we are moving out, where are we going to? So because of the challenges we were going through in this place, it reached a point I told my husband, I don't think we are in the right place. We are getting stuck, matope, mvua ikinyesha, tabu, you can't really comfortably get into your home. And then what made matters was, in 2012, so many high-rise buildings were coming up. And then the informal settlement came up. And I was like, this is not the place we are going to stay. Because now, everyone is now, we are dwarfed in between the high-rises. So he asked me, what do you think we should do? I said, we sell the plot and go look for elsewhere. Then he's like, okay, I don't think we need to sell. So I said, okay, fine. We can do the rentals at the back, because as you saw the house, it was nearer the gate. So backside, there was a lot of room. So we thought we would do rentals at the backside. And I'm usually faster in making inquiries and all that. So I started inquiring with the banks, talking to friends, and giving their side of story. So I went to about 3 banks and I told them I have a plot and I need to do some development. So they gave me the requirements. It's usually a long list. This plot has to be yours. You have to do ABCD. It's a long. Those of you who've done development, you know the requirements of the bank. And then at some point, one advised me and said, okay, fine. If we are to develop, you have to get the drawings and all that. But if we are to develop, give you money to develop your land, let's say between 30 to 50 million. That is at least what will give you some starting ground. I sat down and tried to calculate the maths. For how long it might pay back 30 to 50 million. It was like the rest of my life I'm going to be paying back. So even the benefit of now building the rentals with a loan from the bank was now not looking viable. It would look like all the money that is coming from this project will be going to the bank. Then we are still in that issue of, we've agreed, in principle we've agreed we need to move out. For once he also agreed with me we have to move out because of the few things that were coming up. When the TSAVO people went to his place of work, he came and told me, now your stress you'll be relieved of your stress. You've been talking, I talked to, because at some point he also went to a bank and he was given a similar story like as what I was given. Because when I was telling him, this is what I've been told, he said, is that so? He could ask me, is that so? And I said, yeah, this is what I'm being given. So when he confirmed with one bank and came to tell me, I've gotten some people who came to a place of work to do a presentation because of the circle and all this. These people have told us, ask them, how do you know them? They just came. They were just invited by a circle. So, but because of the circle, I had a bit of faith that maybe, because sometimes circles really do their background checks, especially if it is a circle for a big organization. They also do their background checks because before they just introduce people to their members. So he came and gave me the story of how TSAVO had given them the presentation and all that. So I told him, okay, fine, sounds interesting. Maybe you can do what? You can try and listen to them further, follow them, get to know. Let's see where it will get. So he went with the story, communicating with them. So we came to know TSAVO City actually 2 years ago. That was in 2016. And the actual construction or the actual signing of the papers, I think he'll talk much about it, came around 2017 because there was back and forth, this and that. But the most scaring thing was, because I thought when they agreed to construct, we will stay in our house and they will do the back as I had earlier thought. The shocking news was, they told us, we have to move out. The whole plot has to be developed. And I was like, where are we going to stay? So what scared me was, am I going to pay rent again? And I'm like, God, after 10 years, how much are people paying rent? Now my children are comfortable, each one of them in their room. Are they going to agree to squeeze in a room or something like that? That became really mind-boggling, and I was like, God, what am I going to do? So, and he says, his idea, we have some property also, not so far from here. He was like, we are going there. And I'm like, no, not to start again the way I started at Embakasi. Now this one, this 90 degrees. And he says, where else will you go? You have to start there. If we are going to go on with these people, you have to agree so that we go to that. I told him no. If it is with temporary structures, not me. So it was a bit of struggle. This one says this, I told him I've had enough of temporary structures and we start the building. No, I'm not going to. Where the children, now the children are big, they're grown. They're like, Mom, if you people want to move out, we will hustle and live on our own. And we are like, really? That's not the way we want to part ways. So we went on and discussed and said, and finally we agreed. I had to agree and say, okay, fine, we will pay rent again. He was not for the idea of paying rent. And he's like, okay. So I said, fine, because we have to, because here I am, I'm thinking, I don't want to start the way I started when I moved here. I was like, I will sacrifice. And we sought out, we paid the rent. So we looked for a house. We managed to get the house, and we moved into that house, which is not far from here also. And came November of 2017 is when we moved out from here. And the house was brought down. My God. And it rained. And when it rained, the engineers, Obore and the team, were totally confused because this place was flooded completely. And for that whole month, up to December, nothing was going on. And my husband is asking, now he can't ask me so, he can't push me so hard because he's the one who introduced me to the TSAVO. But he comes to ask, now what's happening? These people are not, there's nothing going on. Now we are paying rent and nothing is really going on. Are we? I said, okay, fine. Just wait. I'm sure it's because of the water that has taken them, has thrown them aback, so they have to start to think again on how they are going to do it. So that is how our journey came and has come through. And I want to thank God that this day is a great day for me. Because when I shared the issue, my friends were asking me, after 10 years, you're going to pay rent. Helen, are you in your normal mind? Who are these people? Who are these people who have convinced you? Have you ever seen what they have done? And then by then, we didn't have anything. That's the presentation they had done. Some Boma, you told us you did some construction with Boma and all that. My friends tell me, some friends tell me, that one. And it is true, my friends. We all know ourselves as Kenyans. These days, we don't trust. Our ethical standards are very low. That you trust someone 1 minute and the next minute, this same person is the one who will actually throw you into the deep waters and you're wondering, how do I come out from there? So, my friends were asking me those questions, and I go back home and I think, suppose, by the way, suppose it is not true. Suppose they will con us. Suppose they will not actually bring this. What am I going to do? Now here, I am paying rent. Everything else, it is like we are starting life afresh. What testimony do I have? So that's why I'm saying, for me, this day is a great day, and I thank God that we believed on the TSAVO city, and to me, they have delivered the project. I'm really, really grateful. At some point, I even took Emily out, trying to do the girl talk where you want to gauge and hear, are these people really sincere? Or they reach somewhere and say, by the way, this is what has happened. And then, of course, the legal documentation and where they're saying when this happens, no one is liable and that kind of thing. So we were looking at this and wondering, hey, suppose things will happen and we don't get out, we don't get what we are investing. But I want to thank God that He has seen us through. No incidences have happened in this place. It has not been an easy, a walk in the park. The ones who've been on the ground know what has gone on and all that. But for us, where we have reached, I really, really thank God. Because now, I can talk to my friends, by the way, the project is over. Because I was a bit scared. If it doesn't come out, what am I going to say? Because some of them I have very good friends who even tell you as it is. Now they will tell you, we told you. You remember we advised you. We even told you, have you seen any project they have done? And then when it figures there, I'm like, by the way, I have not really seen. Until much, much later, when we went to see the one they have done in Rongai, and I was thinking, I even had doubts. Because one time when we were constructing this house, I was looking for somebody to do the kitchen. Because what my husband and brother had done in the kitchen, I had decided to pull it down because it was not up to what I wanted. So when I was going around, somebody took me to a house in Thika Road, a construction house. Maybe he's not the one who has done this work, but because he wants me to engage him to come and do my kitchen, he decided to give the watchman something small for him to open for me and see what the work somebody else has done. So when I was going to Leisure, that is the one in Rongai they have done, I'm like, maybe even these ones are showing us someone's construction. And they're just like, how do we know? Because by the way, when you come here and the building is going on, you are being told this is the one. If you don't find me, Helen who will confirm by the way, this is where I used to live. you really have a lot of question marks. Because we know ourselves as Kenyans, as I've mentioned, we are not trusted people at some point, although they are not everyone. And that is what I want to say. TSAVO City, that is Charo and Emily, are some of the people to be trusted. And I've told them when we meet and share and talk, I've told them, I always pray for them that they remain faithful, that when they take people's money to construct and do whatever they're doing, they do it to completion. And not other ideas come in, because I am one of the people, I don't know if anyone is here, we invested in a project in a greenhouse in Isinya, and they say, tumechoma, what is the Swahili? Tumechomeka. Because this person saw, the project is true, it's there, but this person saw a lot of millions getting into their bank. They decided, let's do another project. By the time these people have planted and do harvest, want to pay whatever, we will be getting rent to pay them. But that did not come to be true. And that is where we went at a loss as a group. We invested there, the project is there, whatever it is. But for this one, I want to say it is successful. And for me, I thank God for this far He has brought us. So I'm very, very grateful. If you're an investor here, in the 90 degrees, we can see. If you are investing in Roysambu and this one coming up, at least there's something tangible. You can say, I have seen. And I can just do it because I am the owner. I was the owner of this place. And now I'm part of this great investment. So I really thank God. God bless you, TSAVO City, Emily and Charo. May God bless you all. Amen.
Hello. Well, I'm also very happy this afternoon seeing what is going on now. This function, this is my second function in the TSAVO. The first one was in Rongai, and we were looking forward to see a day like this at TSAVO in Makasi. This place was, as my wife says, it was not an attractive place. It wasn't attractive at all. Like many other places in Nairobi, this place was not attractive. And what made it worse was even the insecurity around this place when these houses had not come up. I remember during that time when we were moving here, when we were preparing this place, usually it's the man who does a lot on the ground. So I came with the foodies and we started doing the fencing around here. And there are so many things that I was being told about this place. And it was scary to me because how am I going to move? Am I crazy? Coming to live in a place like this, very insecure. I'm bringing my wife and my children here. And this was not the best place. But anyway, we moved. We tried our best. We did what we could do at that particular time. And then we moved. What I would like to say is the way we met with Charo. Charo came to the Kenya Bureau of Standards. On that day we had a housing circle meeting. At the Bureau of Standards then we had two circles. One was the savings circle, and then the other one is the housing circle. So during the time when we had this meeting on housing circle, he was given an opportunity to do a presentation. And he appeared to be alone on that particular day. He didn't look like a company. And so I thought, is this guy really? Those were things that were going on in my mind. Sorry, they were going on in my mind. So, and then I looked at his age, I thought, is this guy really? The kind of language he's talking and the amount of money he's talking about. So in my mind I thought, hii ni kali, hii itakuwa kali. But inside me, I thought I have some property somewhere to be developed. Okay? So one thing that I say to myself is, I want to talk to this man now that he wants to partner with the kids housing sample, but at the same time there's a provision for personal development. So I thought nitamuita kando tu, mimi nitaenda kuongea naye kando. But in my heart, why is he alone? Really? These people, I mean, why is he alone? If it's a company, it should have been a company. No, but he's coming alone. And he's coming to talk to the whole of us in Sako. I thought this is not okay. People jealous of me, but it's okay. Nikaongea naye. So when I talked to him, he gave me his card. He told me we made an appointment for coming here. And we actually came. It was rainy period, and this place was not a good place during rain time. You guys have come when this place is very much developed. We have now tarmac roads here, a lot of houses around here. Okay, so we already have a sewer. There are so many things. But during that time, this place was not very desirable. He came and he parked his car the other side. Uko kabisa. We walked through this road. This road was bad. We walked, and now we met here. Okay. So the next thing was, what are you thinking about that plot? But I didn't know that he wasn't thinking about this plot. He was thinking about the next plot. Okay. So we met in his office. I don't know if Osoro is here. Alan is here. Alan Osoro is here. So I took Alan from my friend Alan from the Kenya Bureau of Standards. We went to, I told him we have to go, accompany me to this man. There's a man I have talked to. You, let's go with you. You help me, think of these matters that are coming soon. So we went with him and to their office, and we talked there, and he said something very good. He said, I think I'm considering that place. I think that place we can do something. And to me that was very good for me. Okay? And now I'm getting to know him. Remember, I'm getting to know him better. In the office, I also learned so many things by observation. I realized it is a company. The beginning he was an individual, but when I observed around, I said, no, Jama Medipanga. It's okay, it's not bad. Then there were people who are working, And then I met her. I met Emily. I said, what? Okay, Jama anajamii yake huyu Jama. So some confidence was building up in me about and in Nairobi, if you play around, you can burn your fingers very badly, And so, as we talked, we agreed that we'll proceed from there. And we actually proceeded, we went on, and then later on we signed papers. I remember the time when I was surrendering my title deed, and he commented and said, "Yaani mzee unaangalia kitu tunaona kama hutaiona tena." Ni kweli sitaiona tena. Yeah, and so we signed papers, and after we had finished that, the construction here began. So another painful part was the day when we were pulling down the house. That was the hardest part. My wife was at work, my children were out there, college. Sasa mimi ndio nilikuwa nafanya kazi hapa. Bring a lorry, pigs we are salvaging, but again it was being done very fast. Where is Bore? Bore alikimbiza. Bore, I don't know. Wewe, ulinikimbiza. Bore alikimbiza sana because I was out thinking that I'm going to do salvage, the work of salvage, at my own pace. But in the morning I found the place has been dark, the other side. And I was being told, Maliza hapa haraka tunachimba usiku. Then I thought, with my tiles here, Maliza haraka, hiki tunafanya haraka hivi kweli, But I was assured by Mcharo that he's going to give me an enforcement of workers. And they came, brought in lorry, and then we started taking them out. It was done very, very fast. Okay? The digging, and it was rainy time, so you can imagine this place. This is a place of flooding, this place. But those people that are going to live in this place, they'll be comfortable, because if we had observed that and the things necessary precautions have been taken, this building will not be under floods anymore. But we had a lot of challenge floods here. So the building construction started, and since we moved just around here, we are living here. I tell you, I used to come here almost every day. Reason, hiki tunaendelea kweli? Hiki tu ni sawa kweli? Because I don't want to miss things here, because if I miss it, it will be very bad. But I thank God that I was around, and I was looking, things were going very well. This building has been built non-stop. To me, that was very, I used to tell my wife, that thing is moving very nicely, stage to stage, yeah. And I built a lot of confidence, and I knew I was dealing with the right people. TSAVO, congratulations. You are very unique in Nairobi. You are a unique people in Nairobi. Na muendelee na moyo huo. We thank God. And so, we appreciate what has been done. The design was very good. We looked at it. I've been looking at it. I did engineering myself, and I'm aware. I know how to look at drawings. And this design was very good for me. It was very nice. I loved it. It's a very unique design. I see many of the surrounding houses here. They have one gate. They have 8 here. We have 8 gates here. Yeah. I looked at it and said, what? This one. This is a nice design. Thank you very much, engineer. Yeah, that was very nice. Again, the part of design, this one here, about where you are seated. If you had not designed it this way, where would you be sitting? Probably you'd be sitting where the cars are parked, that side, But because of good design and faithfulness in doing a good thing, we are now seated in a very, very good place. So thank you very much. And for those that have come and partners with us, as we have already partnered with TSAVO, please be comfortable. Be comfortable. I did a lot of research with these guys. Please have confidence in them. Have confidence in them. One of the things that I never told them, and I would like to tell them today, is the way I confronted my TSAVO officials. These two did girl talk. I did boy talk with those guys. I did boy talk with them. I told them, where did you get that guy? Tell me where you got that guy. Where did you meet? Is he your friend? I did that. I don't told Mcharo, but that was my research out there. And they told me, if you are dealing with Mcharo, you are dealing with the rat guy. Now that was a conflict. Then I told them, how can I, if he doesn't deal right with me, how will I catch you up? They told me, don't worry, you'll just come to the circle, and we'll sort everything out. So that was another part of confidence that I had from my housing circle. And I really appreciate what have been done through partnership. Partnership is very good when partnership really relies on trust. It is not the signing of papers alone. It is about faith, it is about trusting each other and people believing in each other. And those that are partnered here and are part of TSAVO community, because this is a new community. Here we have almost about 100 units. So that is a big community here. Those that are part of the TSAVO 90 degrees community, please be confident. We want to work as one. We want to love one another. We want to be part of one another in this place, which is now 90 degrees. So we appreciate you very much for also having confidence in the TSAVO. And I'm here. I'm here. I'm part of TSAVO. I'm now part of TSAVO. Now, another thing that I would like to just say is when we were pulling down our building, my neighbor next who this is Tom's place. This is Tom's place. My neighbor saw me. We are almost age group, one age group, and he told me he came here as we were pulling down, and there was debris here and picking things, putting them in the pickup. Then he asked me, hey, Boris, what is this you're doing? My friend, you are not young. I agreed with him. I told him, yes, I'm not young, I'm old. Then what is this you're doing? You're pulling down a house in Nairobi. Hey, my friend, Kwisha. But that was the first part. The second part he told me, really, what is in your mind? What do you want to do? Manake saizi wewe unafanya hivi na mimi naona tayari umehama. What is it that you want to do? So I explained to him about how we came into partnership with the TSAVO. And he told me, what? That idea you have introduced me to the TSAVO. Okay? So when I introduced him to the TSAVO, now this project is the next. This project is the next. This is a beautiful design also. It is the TSAVO style. It's very attractive and it's very nice. For all those of us that have gone up there, you can see the design is unique. Yeah, so we are going to have, and him because he moved here earlier, I think he bought 2 plots. His is double. So it is going to be, there are going to be more units in that place. He had already moved. By the time he came to ask me, so unafanya nini? He had already moved from there. And he was already renting out his bungalow. He had constructed a bungalow. He had already moved from there. So by the time when he saw this concept, and I introduced him to the TSAVO, he said, I think I'm okay. I'm okay now. Boris, I'm okay. Yeah? And so the Megasi studio is coming up. So thank you very much. I appreciate thank you very much, the TSAVOs. Asante sana ndugu yangu. Usibadilike, you're still young.
Kuna zawadi kidogo hapa.
Thank you very much, Mr. Helen has become a dear friend. I mean, this has been successful, but at the end, I have found a friend. And I say thank you. May God bless you a lot. A lot. Thanks, my dear. God bless you. I have a little gift for you here. God bless you.
But I would like us to call all our young investors. If you are below, what is young? By government law, young is what, 35 and below. Okay, if I will call them.
So our young investors are Auma. I don't know if you're here. Auma, are you here? If you are, please come forward. Don Wangi. Yvonne is here. Yvonne is representing Don, so please come, Yvonne. James Gitonga and Winnie Ashimosi. Yeah. So we'd like to also have our senior investors. So Mr. Matthew Kabetu, please, kindly. Mr. Alan Osoro, if you're here. I don't think you're here. I think the entire Crawford group. Please come, ladies. And Shosho, please come. Can I come and walk with you? Is Anka Yuga here? Anka Yuga? Okay. So, thanks for coming. I think the reason we've done this is just to say, I think it's never too early to start the investment journey. In fact, Charo and I, we haven't told you our story, but we started our investment journey when I was 24. When I was 24, and I think it was about 29 years old. That's when we started. Okay. So you're never too young to start investing. We are extremely proud of Nita for her to actually invest and start living here. She's living in her own house. How many of us don't live in our own houses? Many of us don't, yeah. But Nita is already living in her own house. I'd like to request Emily Kabala, please. Come, Emily. You're here? Okay. And then, you can invest for as long as God gives you life, you can continue investing. So I request a number of them to just say a word or two.
Okay, so we'll get a word from James and maybe from Nita. Just to say, I think, and the reason is it's never too early and it's never too late, and we'll get to understand why our senior citizens investing and why our young folks investing. We get to answer Pandeo.
Okay, I just have to say something. So for me, I got tired of paying bills. It wasn't making sense to me. So I sold TSAVO, and they're quite affordable. You don't have to take a mortgage to invest in something. You just have to take a loan. So that's what I did, and I could afford it. And I can say I'm still able to support myself. I don't need to struggle on my day-to-day expenses, and that's what I was looking for. So I'm really grateful.
How are you? My name is Itonga James, and I'm a good friend to Bore Irani. We went to school together from 2009 while in Technical University, and from that time we became great friends. There came a time when I wanted to have a deal, an investment, and the reason I wanted to invest, my reason was so different. I was blessed with another investment. I consider kids as investment, right? Watoto. Yeah, when you have your wife, it's an investment too, because she's coming to bring something. That's basically an investment. So when I got my baby, she's there. She's called Hope. I thought I need to secure her education, and I went far and wide trying to think what is the best thing I need to do for her. I went to do the insurance policies, and I came back thinking if I invest for her maybe 16 years, I will pay, and once she's done with 16 years, that will be all. And within the 16 years, if I'm not able to pay the amount, things happen. Insurance, right? Then I came and met Bore. He had invested already at, of course he works here, so he invested at Rongai. And he gave me an idea. I'm in this industry also, I'm a QS. And at that time I was studying abroad, and I think I need to take this deal because of him. So I trusted him more than anything else. And now I trust TSAVO so much. So I think for those who are curious, for those who want to invest, I will recommend them, please try TSAVO. They have so many projects going on, and the good thing is their project takes just 1 year. I started paying sometime before the project started, maybe September, and the project started maybe sometime nearing December. And you can see now the project is over. That is 2017 December, and now we are just within 1 year the project is over. So I would like to tell, for those of you who have not invested, please try them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's interesting because James was a student. Akitumia pocket money baadaye kukula, analea family na invest. So, and I think you are one of our first investors, if not the very first. You are the very first investor in this project. So congratulations, sir.
Let me tell you, I missed this development badly because we came here. Charo said when in the beginning this place was just bad. I came with my daughter. We looked at this place and we were like, no way. But now I know we missed it. Now we are investing in Ndigwa, me and my daughter. I have two, a boy and a girl. And you know, we mothers, we like our daughters. So, and Emily, I've been on the phone with Emily, and I'm telling her I'm going to TSAVO, whether she likes it or not. And of course, I'm a member of POFAT. Me and she's my mom. Yes, she's our mom. Yeah. She's part of POFAT. So I'm also a proud owner here, but I know I missed it. I really missed it. And I had even gone to Rongai. So I've really done my homework. So thank you so much, Emily, for being trouble. And thank you so much. And guys, I tell you, it is a deal. This one, I missed it. I don't want to regret, but I missed it.
Just about TSAVO at my place of work, I work with Kenya Bureau of Standards, and they pitched tents. And I remember one lady called Carol. She could literally knock each and every door, introducing this project. Okay, I got interested, although that time I didn't have money. But she told me, Emily, I know, okay, I'm born again. I know that you'll get if you want it. So she almost forced me to register into this project. And I did. And she kept on knocking at my door. Please pay your deposit. I know you'll complete it. I tell you, I'm a proud owner. I'm a member of TSAVO. To add on that, I'm one of the very first people who got tenants. Immediately the project was over. You know, the driving force that was making me come to TSAVO is this. The Bible says that a good parent leaves inheritance to their children's children. And you know, at my age, I'm just about to go and retire. And I was telling my God, God, if I start this project, it's not just mine. It is for my inheritance for my children's children. So you're going to empower me to complete the project. And here we are with God. We've just been told, with God, everything is possible. God bless you.
Amen. Hello everyone. My name is Alvo Kello. And I can say I'm also a proud investor. I'm very excited to be here. It's been a long time coming. My story, let me give a little story. I work in a law firm. I'm a lawyer by profession. And every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we have meetings in the office. And they normally call guys, for example, insurance companies to talk to us. So that day, I happened to show up early. And I found Emily with her team. And they discussed this project, and it was very exciting. I went home, I told my family. And long story short, my brother and I both invested here. And we're very happy. Just like the previous person was saying, tenants have been very interested in our flat. I can see Fidel. He's the lawyer for the transaction. So I'm happy to be here, Leonard. Thank you for this opportunity. I also brought my sister who's behind here. She happened to go to school with Leonard actually. My brother should be here, I'm not sure if he is. And also my brother-in-law is here. So thank you.
Mr. Kabetu came here at the worst, I think of all people who have visited this site. This man came at the worst possible time. He had a brand new car. I think have I said this story here before? It was bad. And I said, I have lost him. And it is courtesy of this man that Prophet has come, and Shosho has come, and the Kabetu family has come, and so many people have invested here. So I'm really grateful to know you, sir.
God is good. All the time. And all the time. Okay. As you heard, my name is Matthew Njoroge Kabetu, and we are here to represent the POFAT. POFAT is a chama, like any other chama. It's a POFAT Welfare Association. We are about 30 people or so. And our main focus as POFAT is investment. That's the major. And then mobilizing family members socially. And Pofat, we started Pofat as cousins and our in-laws. And then from last year, we started recruiting our own children. Because we feel within a short time we want to take a vaccine so that they can take over the running of Pofat. When we are watching them closely, so that when we will not be there, they will be able to make the right decisions. And that is our mom. She's the immediate follower of my late mother. She's one of the few parents that we have left and that we are taking care of. And then I've got also my sister Margaret and my cousin Mary. Mary is my cousin, but she likes calling me uncle. I don't know what the reason is, but one day she we met Charo through a family member, David. David is a very close friend of Charo. And we met because you hear one of our major focus is investment. We have a target of buying a property every year. But then when we met with Charo as a Pofat, we also talked to our individual members to consider buying property. So we bought property here as a Pofat and also individual members of Pofat. And by then we are talking about buying 8 units, but eventually we bought about 5. The others who are not sure about this area, they say, no, I can't trust that area. They wanted to remain in Lavington, other places, Kilimani. They say, this is a very risky area. But now, they want to come on board now. They want to come on board. The other thing is that, which I would like Charo to know is that, you know, when you are as a group, the group dynamics, making decisions as a group is very, very difficult. And I spent 1 year defending Charo. He doesn't know this. Because every time we met, there are some members who felt we need to investigate Charo. And I wanted assurance every time that Charo is still in Kenya. He has not gone to because I felt he's running with our money. I spend every meeting, and we meet once a month. Every second Saturday of the month is when we meet. I was always prepared because I knew they would raise that issue. Issue, due diligence, I don't know what this means to lawyers. You have to pay. To the extent, even the little balance that was left, to say to it was a big problem. We did it on Thursday because I told them, but we need to take over this property. We are going for takeover. We have to pay this money. You have seen the building. We have to come here on several occasions and post it in our WhatsApp for them to see this project because they were doubting pharmacies. So, to me, this is a great day for me that we are here to take over. And they can see the investment is not in vain. And now, it will be very easy to convince you when we work with each other. Because we have seen what, and we started in Ongata to see what they had done. And I was very, very happy about it. And I knew that once this project is finished, it will be very unique in this area. And you look at this property against the others here, it stands out.
Yeah.
And this is what they did in Ongata. And I believe this is what they're going to do to our other projects. So in fact, the finishing meets that expectation as a group. And we are very, very happy about it. And we pray for you. Remain the same Ucharo, you know. The first time we met with Ucharo, we bonded very well. And it gave me a lot of encouragement. That's why I had the courage to present every meeting. There were issues we investigated. And here we are to take on. We wish you well. We support you all the way. And I believe you never will let us down. Keep it up. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Christine. Thank you very, very much. I'm a letter for you here. God bless you. And we're very, very proud of you. Thank you very much. And then, thank you very much, James. Yeah, may God bless you. That's a letter for you. And all the very best. Oh, my dear Uma. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you. Now I'll say something. So Yvonne is standing here in place. Don't Yvonne's brother. But Yvonne here is my best friend. So yeah, I've known Yvonne since we were in college. Have been friends. Our children are friends. I've seen Imani here. Yeah, so this is my dear friend, and I'm happy that she's here representing her brother, but I'm sure she'll also use it. Yes? I met Mr. Kabeti today. He doesn't. When I said hi to him, of course he looked at me like, who are you? Then I said, like, oh, you're Charles White. Yes, I'm Charles White. Thank you very much, Mr. Kabeti. Thank you. I know your sisters, Megan is also talking to us. You brought very many people. May God bless you. Thanks for fighting for my husband. He's a good man. He's not going anywhere. Yeah? Thank you very much. I shall give you David and David's letter as well. And their gift. They're not here, but they asked me. Thank you very much. God bless you. And for Papa.
By the way, if Bahasha haina pesa, sasa
For Pepper, you'll allow me to give my bread. Yeah, not very big. But I'll keep the gift. I'm not sure. Thank you very much, Mom. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.
most of our business comes from referrals. The same way I've just shown you how the Kabetu family has just done a wonderful job. From my friend David to Profat to all the different members who are here. There's another member we'd like to appreciate, Juliana Mutile. This lady, everybody who comes through her, Axema, I've been sent by Juliana, give me the forms I signed. Because if Juliana says it's good, then it's good. So, Juliana, let me stop now.
Juliana is my friend.
Yes. Juliana was my wife's mentor when she was starting to work at Kenya Shell. And she went and met this consummate professional, a very thorough accountant. Even when you send wrong things, she's the first one to pick it up. And her word is trusted by so many people. So I would like to call everybody who has been referred by Juliana here. Yeah. I don't know, are there any who have been referred by Juliana here? I know they have. Let's call them by name.
Kenneth Toss sent someone. I think he sent a lady called Emmy. Is Emmy here? No. Okay. Emmy's here. Karibu sana Emmy. Catherine Wahome? She was on the way. Catherine, have you arrived? Catherine Wahome? Here she is. Come, dear. Run. Yeah. She's just arrived. So these are the people that Juliana has referred to us here in 90 degrees. But there are so many more who have invested in laser and in Corobet, in Idigwa, and we are so grateful. We are so grateful, Juliana, for everything you have done. You're such a dear friend. She just trusts us. And our prayer is that we'll never let you down. Yeah, thank you. So I'll allow you guys to say something.
Thank you very much for that honor. It's a surprise, but those who believe, if you find something good, tell everyone. You know, there's enough in this world for everyone. So tell everyone, there's space for everyone, grow together with those who are around you. Show me a channel. Those who hear, they come, they see, they buy. So I'm very happy that people have been able to invest and grow and have something for themselves. It's good to own a home. We were in the first investment in Rongai. Very happy to be here. We are also in Corobel, and we shall be together going forward. Thank you.
By the way, sometimes we have meetings, and some people come and they say, we ask them, okay, why did you come? Say, if I didn't come, I don't know how to face Julian on Monday.
My name is Amy Jeanette. Well, just a representative, and I'm planning to come and invest here. I'm impressed. Hi, good afternoon. This is how I say my greeting. God is good. And all the time. Okay, I'm happy to be part of this project. And for those of you who are new, like me, that you would.
God bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Catherine. Kenneth, thank you. Thank you for coming. This is Chris's sister, and this is his brother. So he literally brought his whole family, and he is representing someone called Victor, who is not available today, who's also Chris's friend. And there are many other investors in Coral Bells who are introduced to us by Chris. So Chris, it's in absentia, please pass our regards to him and tell him thank you. He's done us very, very well. Yeah, I'll allow you guys to say one or two things.
Hi everyone. Since our brother recommended this investment, we took a leap of faith and we have not regretted. I'm looking forward to receiving my first event.
God is good all the time. These are worldwide investments to encourage everyone.
Hi everyone. I just want to encourage whatever investment that is going on, and I want to assure Emily and Charo that I'm also going to be the next investor in Roysam.
Thank you very much, Helen. Yeah, God bless you, my dear. Have this gift first. You take Georgina's gift as well. That's Georgina's. That's Georgina's. Thank you. This, my dear. God bless you. Maurice. Here, Maurice. Thank you. And thank you. Thanks for coming. God bless you. Then next, a lot of people are going to call. There are people who this is their first real estate investment. I think even when we were doing the ground opening for Laser, we said Vivo and specifically the cooperative Shelois, which Juliana is a member of, and she's a great ambassador in that as well. They've been very, very kind to us. They've marketed our units within Shell. We've gotten very many investors in all our projects from Shell. They have their AGM today. That's probably why they're not here. But yeah, Vivo guys, thank you very much. Andrew Njonjo from Stanbic. Andrew Njonjo, maybe he hasn't. Andrew is here. Oh, Andrew is special. Andrew, please come. I can see you. Nicole, dear Nicole, please come. Many years ago, Andrew came to Stanbic. I used to work for Stanbic Bank, and he came for an interview, and I was in the panel. So long story, and yeah, I worked with Andrew a bit. He was successful in the interview, and now he still works for Stanbic. I think he's done a brilliant job there. Andrew is special to TSAVO again in many ways. After Andrew invested here, he brought his mom and dad, who invested with us in Coral. He brought 3 of his sisters, who invested with us, and his niece. So, I mean, just to allow us to... Yeah. So, through Andrew, we've gotten to know the Georgia's family. His family is called, his father is called Mr. Georgia. Is he here? Is mom here? No, they're not here. So, we were able to know their family, and they've all invested with us. And I mean, it's not easy to be calling. His dad is like my father here. And he calls me, and you know, we are having investment conversations. I think it's just a true blessing. So thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Nicole. Nicole brought her sister, her cousin, and they also invested with us. So I think what we're trying to say is we get new investors, yes, but anybody who then becomes our investor, they take it upon themselves to then just tell more people. I think they're happy with what they see, they're happy with the project, and then they just, you know, kind of like spread the word to their families, to their friends, and we end up getting many, many investors. So thank you guys. Yeah, you'll say something?
I wasn't prepared to say anything, but I want to say thank you very much for the opportunity. I think it was an investment at the right time. I'll advise anybody else.
Thank you. No? Thank you guys. Yeah, Nicole. And this is yours. Yeah. Thank you.
So we have gone through a lot with this man for many, many years. I've known him since 1995. We've been very, very close. And his family has invested as a family. I think they had a property somewhere else in Nairobi. They sold it. They bought in quite a number of units here. So it's good to have the trust of a close. You know, they say a prophet never receives honor in his own hometown. But it's good to see a friend of mine, an architect like me. So his skill set and my skill set are the same. But he has chosen to come with his family, his brothers, his mom, who's a dear friend of ours, to come and invest with us. So, a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to be here. This is my first time to come, believe it or not. We decided to invest in this project on our WhatsApp chat when Charo came and said, "Kuna hii project tunataka kufanya." I convinced my mom and my brother within, I think, like 10 minutes, and we agreed that we're going to invest. I've actually never come here, so when I hear stories about the mud and the water, I am pleasantly surprised. It is a very good project from architectural point of view. But basically what I'm trying to say is the social capital that we have built over the last 20 years is what has allowed us to be invested in this project. Charo is very passionate and is very passionate about investing and being financially free. So because I've not invested my time in trying to learn like they have, so I'm riding on their coattails. I would like to request all of you, please participate in, I'm sure this, now TSAVO is going to become a big brand. I'm sure in like 10 years time, you'll be wondering if you're just listening and not taking it in why you are not involved. I would really urge you to participate. I've known Charo for over 20 years. I was there when he started talking to Emily. I was there when they had their first son. And I'm praying that God gives us a long life and gives us the energy to continue to build and help others. Thank you very much and God bless you.
Hi everybody.
My name is Karen, and I was brought here. I really wanted to meet these guys. I didn't believe that this is actually happening in Nairobi, because I'm in a chama where we buy some big portions of land, and I told them, I've met these guys, but first I want to see if they'll finish constructing that house where I didn't tell you this, but now since I've seen, I'm going back to them, and then we'll be back in big numbers. So you're doing a good job. Please keep the faith and keep doing what you say. I'm happy. Thank you.
I think our other avenue has been chairmans. So we've had very, very many chairmans invest with us. In this project, we have Queen's Pride and Sentinels, Jennifer and Ken. Please kindly come. If there's anybody else from Queen's Pride and Sentinel, please come. Anyone else? Pofat is a chairman also, but we've already mentioned. I'll talk about Queen's Pride a little. This is Jennifer from Jen. Sorry, forgive me. Jen. Thanks, Jen, for coming. So there's a lady called Lynette. Lynette is a very, very good friend of mine. I worked with Lynette in Stanbic and in Chase Bank. And Lynette introduced me to Queen's Pride. She's a member of Queen's Pride. It's a chama of ladies who work for KCB. I think very, very focused ladies. I've met most of them, and it's truly been an honor to just join you guys. I don't think Brenda is here. There's a lady called Brenda who's also very, very nice and very close to me, just through this investment journey. So thank you very much, Jen. Ken, there's a chama called Sentinel. I think Ken will talk a little bit more about it. I know a gentleman called Mike is that chama, but I'll allow them to just say a few remarks.
Habari zenu. I'm really delighted to be here on behalf of Queen's Pride. We are a team of 8 ladies. We're introduced to this project by one of our friends who is also in the chama. I'm such a close friend to them Charos, especially Emily. And of course we had a chat somewhere in town, around table, where the Charos tried to convince us of what they are doing. And of course we had to visit their project in Rongai, where we were impressed. And the first time we went to Rongai, we did not wait. The 3 people that were presentation of Queen's Pride, we decided on the spot to buy an apartment here, right? So when we went there, we told them we have decided and we have to move. And that's how we found ourselves here. So for those people who are having chamas, I would really request or say it's good as a chama. It's well, chamas have got many dynamics in decision making, but it's a good decision when you think of investment because of the future. You never know where our employments are going to take us in future, right? But if you've invested something like in a building, then you're assured of continuity in still having your pension in your retirement. Thank you so much, Charles. May God bless you.
Okay, my name is Ken Omoni. I'm representing Sentinel. Sentinel is a group of friends. We are couples and we are friends. Our logo says investment in friendship. Yeah, because you know, chamas, there are so many CSRs. So, but if you have friendship is not putting you guys together, you'll overlook so many things. So, like for us, we made a decision that there's only one person who is dealing with investment. So whatever he says, we'll follow as a group. Like now, the person who was really dealing with this, Mike, and he's the one who is in charge of investment. And he came and told us about the investment. And people just contributed money, and we managed to get 4 units. We thank God to already have tenants, and it's a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing. I think Chama for today should be for investment, not for funerals. Yeah, thank you. Mike Sana, he has been a great support, and thank you, Sentinel. Thank you very much. There is a group, there's a company called FSD. They are good friends of ours, and we did a presentation. And very interestingly, the 2 people who are not in that presentation are the ones who invested with us. And one of them is Lucania. So it's nice to see you here. Please say a few words.
Hello everyone. Sorry, I just walked in, so I don't know what is going on, but I made a good decision buying this, and I like the fact that every week I knew what was going on, and I'd never come here. This is the first time I've come to see my apartment, and I think there's already somebody there without saying it. So I really trusted this team, and I look forward to buying another property somewhere else. Thank you very much. Thank you.
This is my good friend Charles. I think we met Karen just now. So Charles and his sister have invested with us, and he's been of great support. He's become now our link to the diaspora. This man knows many people all over the world. So Charles, please, a few words.
Hello everyone. TSAVO, the architect or engineer, and Emily. The people have done a great job, and through my sister I've come to invest with them, and I've introduced them, and I'm continuing to introduce to them a few other clients because I've seen what they're doing. So everyone here who's a doubting Thomas is in the wrong place. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Now, the team I introduced you at the very beginning, the team of Savorites. Those ones who are invested here, please come. These guys work very hard at minimum wage. Guys get paid very little. But they do that joyfully, because at the end, when it's all done, they are able to get units here. We believe it's better to own real estate that is able to give you returns than to have some money in the pocket every Friday evening going up to Tumia. So, Savorites, I'm asking for Bore, Jackie, Musioki, Grace, Carol, she's here. Please come over. Brother Musioki and Grace, these two get 1 unit, wanna share. How really? Sijui watagawanya aje. How really they get one? The other team that you saw here are not getting, walikuja baadaye. Sasa hapa the boat left. Yeah, so but they will get in the next project. Jackie gets her own unit here. Bore, the master builder, yeye anapata 2, tena 1 bedroom. Yes, he has done a fantastic job. Yeah, Carol, I don't think is here today, but even her, she gets 2. No, actually she gets 1, and she has bought 1. Yeah, so our Savorites, they get, and then they also buy.
This is Rock. Please come, ladies. Please come. So I'll tell you just a little bit about Little Rock, but Christine will say a lot more briefly. So through an investor, there's an investor, someone who invested in Rongai. His name is David Lungaho. David is Christine's brother. So David introduced me to Christine, and Christine came and visited us in Coral Belt, and she came with one lady called Lydia. Is Lydia here? No, Lydia is not here. So Christine ultimately invested in her personal capacity and introduced her brother. But what I found very profound is that she introduced these ladies. They have a company called Little Rock. They come from, they run a school called Little Rock in Kibera. It's a school, they do normal education, but they also have a special needs program. And I think that really just touched my heart. You know, I think it's you just need God's grace. And these ladies on a daily basis, they deal with children with special needs in Kibera, and they have formed a company where they save about 500 shillings a month. And with that saving, they were able to come to us and invest in a one-bedroom unit in Coral Belt. So I think that's extremely special. I visited them one day. The reason for the visit, you know, I usually visit chamas and I go and start talking to them about financial independence, saving, and there was absolutely no way I was going to speak the same message I usually speak, because it's a totally different content. So I'm very, very proud of you ladies, and I really thank God for you. And as TSAVO, we made a decision to work with them, to partner with them in any way possible. While I was there, they gave me this. This is the gift they gave me. So after the talk and everything, they gave me this gift, and I was extremely touched. I shed some tears. I just thought, these people, you know, they didn't know me. I've gone to so many places. People give me gifts, but this truly touched my heart because they made it from their own hands. They knitted it with their own hands, and they remembered to put the name TSAVO. So that truly was special to me. And as a result of that, I requested them to make a gift for every one of you. And that's the gift that you have all received. So if you have received a gift today, it's been made by these ladies. That's the story of Little Rock. You mean a lot to me. I pray that God will remind me every day to keep the promise that I have made to walk with you ladies. May God bless you. Christine will say something on your behalf. You don't have to. My man is bigger picture.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Christine Omol, as you've heard. 10 years ago, I went to Kibera after living in this other side of town. Yeah, so I crossed over to this side to start an early childhood education program. And I worked there for about 7 years. Then moved to Nigeria and then came back. When we went there, we went to educate only 5 children from the slum to give them a good ECD education. And the first day we got these 5 children, the following day we got 20 children, just because we offered biscuit and juice. And we were like, oh my God, what is all this? And I went there with a mindset of what my kids get in Riara is what I want to give to these children here. And so it just became a big program. And we depend on donors, and mostly Kenyan donors, can you believe it? And now we have a complex that looks more like Riara and still struggling with donations. So if you want to invest in a Kenyan-owned program that is changing lives, this is where to come. And when we went there, we went to educate children, yeah? And the children living in the slums. And we forgot that these children have parents living in the slums, yeah? And so that's how the program started. And for 5 years, we concentrated on the children, and we were like, okay, we are not changing the parents' lives, so what will these children do, or what will the parents do? It means the others who are not in the program are suffering. So we started an income generating, and that's how they're doing the grants. Two, after a while, when I came back from Nigeria, after living there for 5 years, I came back and I was like, now what do I do? I've moved from children. My heart is helping women. And so I started a housing cooperative society for the mamas and the teachers. ECD teachers aren't very little, but I believe that each and every one of us wants to own a house, isn't it? Whether I live in the slum or I live wherever I'm living, or wherever is living. And so I told them, if your numbers are good, and if you come together and save this 500 shillings, you're going to change your lives. So they saved, and we managed to pay 300,000 on our own. And when he had the story, I'm so touched. He wrote a letter. I was so excited that people thought I'm going crazy. Who writes a personal letter? They don't anymore, isn't it? They type a letter and they pass it to a secretary and send it to them. He wrote a personal letter saying, oh my God, you guys have done such a good job. And because you've done that, I'm giving you guys 200,000. Wow. In January, we had paid all our deposit. You guys agree? I said, God is so good. Yeah? We have paid all the deposit, and now we have started paying our house. It's not yet even over, isn't it? I think it's still, but we go there and just visit and say, we have a house. Can you imagine? I believe that these people are going to each own a house. Yeah. That's my dream, and it is possible. Thank you. My brother-in-law's friend, who just came to visit the other day. Believe you me, when I knew about TSAVO, I was coming to pick David's key. And I was like, this guy can give his workers a house. Who does that? Have you guys had that? I mean, we've worked in so many places. People don't give their workers houses. Ama kuna mahali. Miss Jaskia. Exactly. And I said, if this guy can do it, these women will do it. So you encouraged me that what I'm doing with these women, I can translate it to something. I have also invested, and I'm going to get my husband to invest. We are two birds. I'm getting him to invest so that my 3 daughters, we can leave an inheritance for them. And that will be our 3rd house. And thank you. And thank you, Emily, for paying us a visit, bringing yourself all the way. Yeah? I'll ask my mama to pray for you guys. Oh, nice. Yes, thank you.
And you can order the mats.
Yes.
Yeah. If you haven't received the mats as an investor, if you're an investor and you received, you can order 2nd and 3rd, and everybody else can order a mat. Let's support them. Yeah.
So now I will ask that we move to the other side, where we will officially open the building. And then the cake and tea and the socializing, and then after that we can. So don't leave now. What to cut your ribbon and have to put a cake. So please.
I might different from your picture. Yeah. I thought you like my height. I'm a giant. I was in your big one.
Seconds.
jina la Baba, jina la Mwana na jina la Roho Mtakatifu. Tunatangaza sasa hili jumba linafunguliwa.
Sasa tunaenda kukata keki. And we'll do it Lacoste style. Nitaimba na nyinyi mfuate. Kata, kata. Kata. Kata.